Welcome to Voice Matters October Live Day 2, Release the Soul Suckers. Happy Friday. Thank you for coming and joining me right before your weekend. And for some of you, if you're in a different time zone, you may already be in your weekend. Releasing the Soul Suckers. If we are speaking something that matters to us, that is both a vulnerable and a courageous act. If we're breathing like we did yesterday, for those of you that were here, if we're breathing, we're actually going to end up feeling during that process, which feels even more vulnerable. And there is a part of us, the inner critic part of us, that does not like vulnerability or change or transformation. So it attempts to protect us from anything that feels vulnerable, which speaking is. If we're speaking about something that matters to us, we're going to have a lot of sensation going on. Our heart might start to beat faster. Our breath might get quicker or more shallow or both, coming from two kind of fighting impulses in the body. One is the body wants to gear us up for something that matters, just like an Olympic swimmer. Before the buzzer goes and the race starts, their heart is going to start beating faster. If we're speaking and it matters to us, our heart may start to beat faster, in part to give us more energy. And our body, in a conflicting impulse, may also go into fight, flight, or freeze, because we're reading the person sitting across from us or the audience that we're looking out at. A part of our system is interpreting that as a threat, just like a bear walking into the room. So this inner protector, inner critic part of us wants to shut down all signs of life. It wants to stop us from doing the vulnerable and scary thing. I call this part of us the soul suckers, because they tend to suck the soul right out of our voices and either have us not speak, just sort of sitting in the corner like a porcelain doll, smiling and not saying a word, or they might take control of our systems and turn us into the deranged mannequin version of ourselves, where we're moving and we're talking, but the way it's coming out of us is not what our higher selves might want to say, or in a lot of cases, how we want to say it. There are a lot of different types of these soul suckers. The nervous Nellies may tell us things like there's not enough time, not enough money, not enough energy, not enough room. They're kind of trying to stop us from doing whatever speaking it is, from meetings to important conversations with loved ones to getting up on a TED Talk stage or getting anywhere near it. Then, if we decide to do it, the controlling stage mothers might kick in, who only understand things that we do. They do not understand or put any value on our presence. There's a couple more sets of soul suckers. If we really drill down on them, the message that they have underneath it all is something or someone, usually us, is not enough. Not enough to handle this important moment in our lives. The soul suckers are very uncomfortable with sensation, so they actually try to protect us by telling us that there's something wrong with us, that we're experiencing all of this sensation, and they try to shut it down. And that's part of why yesterday's event was titled Come Alive Through Voice. The soul suckers are actually the part of us that's trying to suppress and shut down that aliveness, which doesn't feel as fulfilling or magical for us, and it doesn't have the same impact on the audience. I can have one impact from here and another from here. So what I would ask each of you to do is to release the soul suckers from being the part of you that's in charge. They may still be there chattering about the things that they're concerned about for you. And what I'd ask you to do is to put your higher self, your intuitive self, your wise self, your creative self in the driver's seat of how you show up. And you can do that by setting an intention for what you want the people that you're communicating with to feel. Whether you are having a one-on-one conversation with a loved one and you have a dream version of what you would like them to feel when you're done talking, or you're in a meeting room and you're trying to motivate or inspire your team, or you're speaking from a stage and part of what you care about is bringing more connection or awakening humanity or creating transformation in the room. That's a very different experience from what our soul suckers do. Our soul suckers try to protect us, so they're watching out for all of the possible things that could go wrong, which is like going river rafting and thinking, I don't want to hit the rocks. Please don't let me hit the rocks. I hope I don't hit the rocks. If we decide that we want to create an experience of empowerment, that's like looking out at the river rafting ride and deciding how we do want it to go. We want an empowering, engaging, alive ride. And once our attention is there, it's easier for our whole instrument to show up alive from head to toe in service of the impact that we want to have. Try this out sometime in a one-on-one, small group, or formal public speaking situation and let me know how it goes. And you can comment on this video or shoot me a message. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday.